Good morning. Good morning. It's so great to be live here on Facebook for another installment of our Share Your Story series. And if you can't recognize the beautiful backdrop behind me, we are at Monk Botanical Gardens with the Executive Director, Jennifer Plisch. Thank you for joining us today, Jennifer.
Thank you so much.
Yes. And so right now, Jennifer and I are currently standing in their new addition, the English Gardens. Can you tell us a little bit about where we're standing right now?
Absolutely. Our English Garden was part of our capital campaign that is winding down here. This area offers what we weren't able to before in terms of a larger space for weddings or events. It also brings in a lot of very interesting botanical aspects. Being an English garden, it's set on the geometry and the symmetry that you'll see throughout. English garden, being originating in England, we are not in the same growing zone. So what we do is consult with some experts and have brought in what are native Wisconsin plants to be able to replicate what an English garden would be. But we have our beautiful trails. It is set to have something blooming at all times of the season. So whenever you schedule an event out here, there will always be something in bloom.
Yes. I think the only time is maybe in winter.
Maybe in winter.
Unless we get a snowshoe cocktail reception out here, which would be awesome.
We can always try that, yes.
Yes, so here we are. Ideally, this is beautiful. It's right out of like a movie series you watch on Netflix or something. But it's right here in our backyard, just north of Wausau. And what events have you had here so far since it's been open?
So far this year, we have held Booze, Blends, and Botany. That was actually a partnership event. We did one night here at the Gardens, and then one night down with our partner organization down at the Museum for Contemporary Art, and the now being refurbished Wausau Club. So we are working together on wedding packages to be able to do receptions there. So we shared that event. Unfortunately, the night here at the Gardens was a bit soggy, but still a lot of people came out, and it was a great event. So using things from our kitchen garden to wood fire some pizzas, to blend in our botanicals into drinks, and also bring in local establishments to be able to highlight their botanical options. So that was our main event so far this year. And we have plenty more on the horizon.
Yeah.
So.
And you mentioned people being able to get married here in this beautiful courtyard?
Absolutely. This is our most popular. It will fit the most amount of people. We do have the full wedding chairs set up that we can do for folks, as well as a bridal suite, one of our yurts, to get ready in. But we also offer the ability to get engaged, have events, family celebrations anywhere throughout the garden. So be it the tree house. Folks have asked about the Hobbit house in Sarah's Garden. We're up for anything. The Memory Plaza, or even just at the potager for birthday parties, where you can bring in food set up. We have a lot of different options. If you dream it, we will work with you to see what we can make happen.
Awesome. And that's kind of the really cool thing that the gardens have done really well, is bring people here that wouldn't otherwise come here through the events that you guys have hosted. The Blossom of Lights is a huge pinnacle event for you guys, but the things that go on outside of that are just as impressive. And coming here today and seeing everything and seeing all the kids running around with the summer programming, how is the garden going this summer?
Very busy, and we are definitely loving every minute of it. It's nice to have a summer without the dirt piles and everything at a pretty finished aspect. So we are running our summer camp. That goes from the beginning of summer all the way through the third week of August. We have a week free, and then we jump right into our Sprouts education program, which is early childhood. So that's on the youth education end. We also are partnering with Children's of Wisconsin to offer play and learns twice a month here. Those start out in Sarah's Storybook Garden. The absolute perfect setting was created by the Bar Association in memory of Sarah Courtson. And the families love it. Our first one that we had out here was over 70 children and their caregivers.
Wow.
And it just keeps getting larger. When we don't have children's here, we have our own Babes and Tots in the garden. We also will do our member volunteering events and harvest nights. We have a lot to harvest out of this wonderful kitchen garden that we have. We've also partnered with Healing Acres Frontline to be able to offer some family events, particularly with the focus on our frontline workers here
Very nice.
in the area and the county. So to bring out their families, really just reconnect with nature. Usually yoga is offered, just some things to kind of work on that stress that affects the whole family when you're a first responder here in our area.
Absolutely. I feel like when I drove through the gates today, my blood pressure instantly went way down. I felt way more relaxed. It felt good, and I think that's something that, not only the frontline workers, but everybody could use a little bit of nowadays.
Yeah, we are open for corporate retreats, having a work day out here, really looking at upping our AV systems to be able to, bring your team out. Creativity really blossoms here. So
awesome. So throughout everything you shared, you mentioned so much community, right? And a lot of the things that are going on currently, that all the additions and everything, it takes community. Who are some of the big community partners that have helped the gardens along this process?
There are so many. I think we could stand here all day. This is a community garden. It is not about an executive director. It's not even about our wonderful staff. This is space for the community. So we are looking at input and ways to make that better if you have suggestions for events. But you will notice next to our new reservoir pond that's out here, our major donor sign just went up for our capital campaign. So many names on there. Please stop and check it out. It's beautiful, but to really give a thanks to those that helped there. But it's those that can give to a capital campaign all the way through memberships, volunteers. Those two groups are really what keep the gardens going and needing those membership and volunteer hours. And of course, we partner with those that need it to be able to get through the gardens free of charge at any time. So
very nice. So for myself, I've been here for the Blossom of Lights. I was here this last fall, but I haven't been back since. And I think there's many people that are going to be tuning in that are in that same position. So somebody who comes here, what should they be looking for that's new?
So much new here. Not always fun to talk about, but a huge upgrade for us is our new parking lot. You will have the censored gates. That keeps our dear friends hopefully on the outside. We love our wildlife, but they also love our botanicals, and the two don't mix well. So we are trying to keep them out, as well as then provide a safe perimeter with all the children that we have here and to have the gardens enclosed. Coming in through those gates, you'll come into an enlarged parking lot. Our parking lot used to be what is now just a native grasses and plants field out front. But it is, as it's described, a very rough, uneven, often grown up place where just even basic mobility could be a safety issue. So we have this wonderful parking lot, safe, accessible, that leads right to the trails. New signage is up to mark those trails as you meander through. But you'll also notice a change in our trails, and that was in partnership with Kafka Granite, using, it was a great project that came together. We didn't want to put asphalt into the gardens, but we wanted to have that same effect and feel. So they came up with something that just blends in beautifully with nature, is sustainable, permeable, and just the perfect avenue for walkers, strollers, wheelchairs, canes, anything that you would need.
Yeah.
Not all of the trails are there yet, but that is our main ones are, and that's a hope we have for the future. We also have our Shade and Hosta Garden has been here a while, but it was just recognized by the National Hosta Society as a recognized Hosta Garden, and there are only 29 of those in Northern America, and we are one of them. So you think hostas, they're in everybody's yard. There's over 101 varieties out there. Come on out and see it. And we also had just recently dedicated the Sarah Storybook Garden. That was a project solely based on the efforts of the Marathon County Bar Association in memory of Sarah Courtson. That sits at the heart of our garden in the center, but also very near the tree house, which was one of the first family structures that we had here. and you will see children of all ages, and I mean my age and higher, out there going through the Hobbit House, the Crooked Playhouse, the free libraries. Everyone turns into a child once you get out to the shipwreck and enjoy what's out there. And that probably only begins to cover it.
Scratch the surface, but
so much to do here at the gardens.
Yes, absolutely, sounds just like it. So if somebody wants to come out, what's the next maybe event or thing they should do to come out and visit the gardens?
You can come on out anytime. You can reserve a guided tour. But what we're also looking at doing starting here in August is going to just be some meet and mingle Mondays. Going to put some events on, a guided tour through that Hosta Garden so folks can really get to know what went into that. We did some tours on booze, blends, and botany with the monk family members leading that for the historical aspects, and they're happy to repeat that. So starting here in August, now that we have put booze, blends, and botany behind us for the year, look for those events. We have yoga out here at the gardens, and we're always looking to add more.
Awesome, and they can find a calendar on your website?
Absolutely, yes. Garden hours are 8 to 8 right now at the high point of summer, so anytime you feel like, come on out.
Awesome. Well, Jennifer, thank you so much for the time today, and I look forward to exploring the rest of the garden and on this beautiful day. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.